Yeah, this is my first video I'm shooting in English, so I think it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, I'm used to speaking English in my daily basis with my boss, with everybody around, but I never filmed myself and placed in my YouTube channel speaking English, so I think it's quite new. Let's see my experience. So, what I'm shooting this video right now, because as you guys know, I don't know, I've been studying English since 2013, and since 2019, living abroad, speaking English on my daily basis, and now, even after years of working the same system, I have a problem here. A user sent me a ticket, a call, actually, we call it call anyway, and then I was checking, and there was something I didn't know in English. It's something I will say in Portuguese right now is vigência da pólice de seguro. I was thinking, I don't know how to say that in English. That's strange. So I used Google Translator, and it was term of insurance policy. Okay, nice. Now I know that. But it's quite interesting because I've seen a lot of people who usually, give classes, English classes in Portuguese or for Brazilians, etc. They used to say something like, "Oh, if you don't speak that kind of word this way, the native's not going to understand you," etc. Bullshit, bullcrap. But first of all, we need to keep in mind something. First, what are your target audience? I mean, would you like to, move abroad or live in another country? Which country? Is an English-speaking country or a non-English-speaking country? For example, I live here in the Netherlands. Even though a lot of people speak a really good English here, they made some mistakes. Probably I do as well. So, if I talk to a lot of people from US, UK, okay, that guy referring to me like, oh, okay, not 100%, not native, but it doesn't matter because I can understand. That's the point. And secondly, I always told you guys about that. You're never gonna be native unless, obviously, let's say, like my son. If I had moved to the US when he was like 2 years old, okay, he's gonna speak Portuguese and English as a native. So that's the point. Beside that, in my case, for example, I started working in my English deliberately around 2013, as I mentioned before. And since then, I've been practicing every day because I have meetings, etc., with natives or non-natives. And that's something you need to practice as well is the conversation between you and someone like let's say from India, from France, or from the Netherlands in my case, or I don't know, a lot of other places. And that's the main audience because there are more people speaking English outside the English speaking countries than from natives. That depends. Obviously, if you work for an American or a British company, probably going to have more contact with natives. But even though it's not guaranteed, okay? And you're going to use English as your, like in the past, used to be Latin, Greek, or even French, used to be the lingua franca. So keep in mind, you don't need to learn to say or exactly as the native because they have a lot of slangs, a lot of in English. I forgot right now how to say is phrasal verbs. The native they use phrasal verbs, but they don't know it. That was quite interesting when I've seen Seth from Amigo Gringo saying, "Oh, I never figured out we have phrasal verbs." I'm not sure it's only Brazilian teacher or Brazilian English classes they teach you using that name phrasal verb specifically, but I don't think so because I had some class on that. But usually it's quite normal. Like we have a lot of stuff in Portuguese as well. It's for us, we take it for granted. Okay, but let's keep in mind when you're trying to learn English, what you need to do is first try to emulate or simulate what the speakers, even non-natives, how they used to do. You're gonna, if you listen to them, you can understand what they are saying. I think it's more important at first place, and then you try to improve your comprehension, your vocabulary. Depend, for example, in my case, when I was studying English, deliberately, anyway, every week I was focused on having this kind of result. Like, okay, I'd like to have functional or really technical. First of all, technical, and then functional English. Like I can do whatever I want. Go, traveling around and go, live abroad. I mean, be possible to live abroad only with English. Because let's say, what happened to me? It was in 2022, 23. I think it was January 2023. I had been to the hospital, and then I was only using my English because, I mean, thanks God people speak English here. Otherwise, I need to use Dutch. My Dutch is inexistent. So that's why I'm telling you guys, don't give too much attention of those kind of, you need to pronounce iron instead of iron. Okay, you can improve, but if you have more room to learn something else more important, focus your attention on that, ok? Então, pessoal, é isso aí. Só por causa de uma frase eu tive essa ideia de gravar esse vídeo. E eu vejo que tem, muita bobagem que fala sobre o ensino de inglês. E como eu estava falando no vídeo, para quem não fala inglês, bota aí legenda, né, para português, você vai conseguir entender. Eu cometi provavelmente alguns erros aqui, mas não me importa, porque no grande cenário das coisas, se um nativo me escutou agora, ele me entendeu falando inglês, óbvio, né? De novo, pode ter cometido alguns problemas de como que é? Até esqueci agora, né? De conjugação, não sei o que lá. Isso não importa na grande figura das coisas. E quando você está escrevendo, produzindo algum documento em inglês, você vai ter tempo de corrigir a sua grafia e tal, se você tem conhecimento suficiente, entendeu? Então, como eu falei, porque eu tive dúvida com vigência da pólice de seguro, que eu acho que eu nunca prestei, eu já fiz seguros em inglês, mas eu nunca prestei atenção, tipo, putz, como é que é essa palavra? Porque eu pensei em português e quis traduzir, entendeu? Então, beleza, é isso aí, eu acho que tá aí, não caiam na esparrela do pessoal que ensina inglês aí. Beleza, mas